What's going on, guys? My name is Aaron, and thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check out the channel. I just want to go on a quick little rant today. I want to help you guys avoid a big pitfall, a big mistake that I made early in my fishing career. And that was trying to look cool. And that was trying to look cool to myself more than anyone else, actually. So let me explain a little bit. The first 2 years I started fishing, I started exclusively with the Senko. I would throw the Senko all the time, no matter what. Now, is it correct to throw a Senko all the time, no matter what? Probably not, but I loved it. I caught fish on it left and right. It was a really, really good tool that I had in my arsenal. About 3 years into my fishing career, I started branching out a little bit. So now we're getting into crankbaits, buzz baits, jigs, having a blast. But in my mind now, the Senko is no longer cool. Now, why did I think this? I have no idea. For me, in my mind, I'm thinking the Senko is a beginner bait. I shouldn't be throwing this. I don't need to be throwing this. There's way more better techniques out there. And sure, there are better techniques at different times, but in my mind, the Senko was no longer cool. So I went about 2 or 3 years without fishing the Senko at all. And again, this is just me being absolutely stubborn. Maybe you have a lure in your mind that you kind of have a mental block on right now that's not cool or you don't want to throw. And that was the Senko for me. So fast forward a couple years later, I'm at Briary Creek, which is basically number two lake in the state of Virginia. It's right near the number one lake. It would probably be the number one lake, but it's kind of hard to fish. There's a lot of standing timber. If you guys have been there, you know exactly what I mean. So I'm fishing Briary Creek, and I come up on this guy. And, I like to talk to people when I'm out, get information, chit chat with them, fish with them later on. A lot of times that can be really helpful. So I meet this guy, and he has 2 rods. And I'm talking to him a little bit, and he said he's caught multiple 10-pounders, Swift Creek Reservoir, Briary Creek, so multiple 10-pounders in multiple different lakes. And I say, well, what are you throwing? He had 2 rods, and he had Senkos on both rods. So he had a weightless Senko, and he had a Texas rig Senko with a weight that he was fishing drop-offs. So in my mind, I just realized I had been wrong the entire time. So in my mind, a Senko wasn't cool. The only lure that this guy was fishing was a Senko, because in his mind, catching 10-pounders is cool. It doesn't matter what he has to use to get there. That's what's cool to him. So I completely agree with that. And I just want this to be a lesson to you guys. If you guys have a lure in mind that you're not throwing because in your mind it's not cool, or you think other people are going to think it, or you think other people are going to think it's not cool, just go ahead and throw that lure. Do your best with what you have. The Senko is an incredible lure. I fish it all the time now. Do I fish it every single day? No. But I know, during those summer months, those fish are shallow, I'm going to pick up a Senko. Sometimes there's no bait that beats it. So take that mental block out of your mind, guys. Use what works best in your scenario, and don't try to be cool, whether it's to yourself or other people. With that being said, I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I cannot wait to see you guys on the next one.